Hi everyone, it's Michael, and I'm so excited because this package finally came, and I feel like I've been waiting for it forever. And I realize I say that all the time, but I'm just a very passionate person and therefore a highly impatient person, so take it for what it is. I have had my eye on this orchid specifically for a while. It's so beautiful, it's supposed to be really fragrant. I bought a division of an existing plant, and it is the Clowesia Rebecca Northen Grapefruit Pink. I always want to say Rebecca Northern, but that's not right, it's Northen. So let's get it unboxed and repotted. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay. Ooh. Oh, it's nicely packed. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, because it is, oh my gosh, it's real big. Oh, and how sweet, a nice little thank you. This is so much bigger than I thought it was gonna be, damn. Yay! Well, that means it's further along than I thought it would be too. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. And it was packaged really nicely. And she's included her card, how lovely. All right, so let me clear off my workspace and then we will go ahead and get things started. All right, guys, I've got my new Clowesia all unwrapped, and you can see that its current potting medium is some semi-damp sphagnum moss, which is pretty standard of Ket acetinae type orchids. If I take you in closer on the leaves, though, you can see that they're pretty tattered. I'm not quite sure what happened along the journey for this plant. The seller does say that she does rescue orchids, so I'm not sure what exactly happened. You can see some sunburn, you can see some potential nutrient deficiencies. But that being said, I'm okay with it. And ordinarily this would drive me absolutely nuts, but because Cloesias and Ket acetinae type orchids are primarily deciduous, it's gonna lose all these leaves eventually. So what I'm gonna do is just make sure that they're good and sanitized and look forward to a healthier new growth. So first thing I'm gonna do is what I always do. I'm gonna put it in a bath of tepid water. We're going to get its root system loosened from the existing potting medium, and then we will go ahead and remove it. So let's get started. And now we're gonna let it soak for a period of about 15 minutes. Okay, Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
All right, 15 minutes, and here we go.
15 minutes is up, so I've gone ahead and drained all of the water, and now I'm gonna begin the process of removing the old sphagnum moss. So I'm gonna give the pot a gentle squeeze, although I don't think it's gonna fight me coming out of here, and we'll get it started. Yeah, easy as pie. All right. Oh, and it looks like there's some bark and perlite at the bottom to provide some extra drainage. Oh, it's just falling right. Okay, well, that wasn't very difficult at all. It just kind of did it for itself. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and time lapse this so you guys don't have to wait through the entire process. Let's go. All right, guys. I've got all the old potting medium removed from the root system, and you can see the roots aren't doing super great. If I bring you in closer, you can see a lot of the roots have the velamen stripped. It just generally looks like it's been struggling for a while. So what I'm gonna do is, rather than doing the classic Michael thing and over-treating this orchid, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm going to apply a hydrogen peroxide solution to the roots, and I'm going to apply my dish soap and rubbing alcohol solution to the leaves to ensure that everything is properly disinfected, but not overly disinfected, and give it about 15 minutes to sanitize. Okay, Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes, and here we go.
All right, guys, I don't know if you can see this, but right on top of that pseudobulb, there is a little centipede, and that came from Hawaii. So the reason I do these disinfecting processes, even though they may seem excessive or over the top, is because little things like this come riding in on your orchids, and if you're not diligent about treating it, that'll transfer to your entire orchid collection or to your home. So that's just something to be aware of. I'm going to just keep my eye on this, and this orchid will definitely be on quarantine for a while. 15 minutes is up, so I've gone ahead and rinsed the hydrogen peroxide off of the root system and the dish soap and rubbing alcohol solution from the leaves. Now, if you take a closer look, the answer is yes. I did go ahead and pick off all of the dead and decaying leaf matter from around this. I'm sorry, I'm a picker. I can't deal with it. It just drives me nuts. I realize there's probably a reason I shouldn't, but I just couldn't help myself. Just forgive me and let's move on, okay? Thanks, guys. But I will say, again, I'm just not crazy about these roots. They all look like they've been pretty much compromised. But the great news is this is a luscious growth. This is a beautiful new bulb, and I think it'll have plenty of energy to sustain it through dormancy. So I'm hoping for the best for this guy. But the next step in this process is to actually get it repotted. You'll have to forgive me for being a bit distracted. I just keep looking everywhere for little centipedes now. That really has me shaken. So I'm shook. Let's just keep moving forward and I'll pretend it's a non-issue. But let's go ahead and get it repotted. So this is the container that I've selected for my beautiful new Clowesia Rebecca Northen Grapefruit Pink. And you can see I already have the drainage holes pre-drilled. I've drilled them a little bit higher than I ordinarily would because when these are in active growth mode, they drink up a whole lot of water. So I put those a little bit higher. And typically I'll fill just to where the drainage holes are with leca before I place the plant, but I filled even above that because I want to give it plenty of space to grow downward into it. So now let's go ahead and get it placed and get some leca arranged around it. All right, guys, my new orchid has been all potted up and it looks absolutely lovely. The last step that really remains to be taken care of is a solid flush of plain distilled water. Now again, the reason I'm using plain distilled water as opposed to a nutrient solution or a fertilizer is that we've just done an antibacterial treatment on this orchid. So in addition to killing all the bad bacteria, we've also killed some of the good, mutually beneficial bacteria. So I want to give this orchid a little bit of a break to rebuild those positive bacteria so it can help metabolize the fertilizer solution as it comes into the system. Otherwise, the fertilizer solution can be counterproductive. So please join me in welcoming number 32 to my orchid collection. Oh, that's right. I have a number 31 that I never told you about. My husband bought me an orchid and I just took a video of it really quickly, so I will put that in right here. So I won't be doing a full repot video for this guy, but I did want to share him with you. This is my brand new Oncidium Wild Willie Pacific Bingo. I got him for a very reasonable price because you can see he is nearing the end of his bloom cycle. But he looks relatively healthy other than some nutrient deficiency, which is evident in one of his leaf tips there. But let's get him repotted. You can see the container I selected for him. Gives him enough room to grow. So this will be the new addition to my orchid collection. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, experience growing this specific type of Clowesia, I would love to hear about it in the comments section below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And thank you once again. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Bye.